Hello and welcome to Altenew's Video Hop. This is where Altenew educators get to share ideas for this particular topic or theme, which is wonderful watercolors. For our project today, I will demonstrate for you how I created this background using watercolors on watercolor paper. So once you learn this technique, I think you'll duplicate it many times. I know I have. And it's one of my go-to watercolor strategies and watercolor techniques. And I'll show you how. That way you can create one on your own too. So let's get started. Here's the card that I'm going to share for you. It's a watercolor background using Altenew Watercolor Essential Watercolor sets. Okay, a set of 12. I'll demonstrate that for you too. Also a smile stamp and a smile die cut. So that's all part of the same set. So I will demonstrate for you those pieces too. And I enjoy doing this because I've used this technique many different times. So let me show you the tools that we're going to be using today. Here's the watercolor essential set. There's 12 pans in this particular set, and they come out of the little box that they're in. So I remove them from the box because these are the colors that I want to use. You can create any kind of color palette that you want. We're using different shades of blue and different shades of green. So I'll show you how to use that too. So those are the watercolors that we're going to be using in this particular set. The stamp set that we're using today, or for this project, is called Halftone Smile. This is the die, or the stamp, I should say, that has those dots. The one that we're going to be using and that I will demonstrate for you is the one that is an outline smile. I've used this set a lot with many different sentiments. And the other piece that matches this set is the die, because we will die cut that stamp smile that we did for the front of our card. I have some iridescent Altenew spray that I used for my card when it was done to add a little shimmer and shine. I used an Altenew bone folder when I cut my half sheet of cardstock to do a nice crisp fold. And I have some washi tape, glitter silver washi tape for a little accent. Here's our half sheet of paper. It's a half sheet of regular cardstock paper. I use the bone folder to get a nice crisp edge. It opens up this way. We'll be using it for the watercolor paper that we're going to color, for the die cut smile, and for the rectangle that goes on the inset of those the die cut. So let's get started. I started one of these sheets already, but I'll demonstrate for you what I've done. Okay, I'm going to use those 3 colors that I just pulled out from this set, a paper towel, because we're going to use a lot of water. Okay, super easy. You're going to spray your paper, give it a little mist, and you're going to spray the watercolors. Okay, it's just a regular old spray bottle. I have a very inexpensive brush. Sometimes the cheaper brushes work the best. We're going to be painting from diagonally corner to corner. I started some of this already, but I'm going to pick up some more color. I've let this set. Here's that green. I'm going to try and cover that whole piece of watercolor paper, picking up other colors. I can add some more water. And when these are done, when I'm finished using them, I'll just let them dry out on my table and put them back in the set. Super easy. I want to get some of those corners covered. You can spray stuff on here. When it's done, you can add your shimmer spray if you like. And then when I'm done, I'm just going to set it aside to dry. I can dry it with a heat tool if I need to, but if I'm not in a hurry, I can just set this aside and let it dry. And then I'm ready to go on to the next piece when it's dry. Okay, I'm going to move my paint out of the way. The next step is to stamp the smile. Okay, you're going to use the outline smile. I used permanent black ink because I really wanted it to stand out. You can use a stamp platform because you probably need to stamp this more than once to get a nice crisp image. So you do whatever is best for you when you go to use your stamp. Then the next piece is that we're going to use the die to die cut that smile. I used a little piece of tape to keep that in place when I was done. I put a little piece of tape behind here to keep that dot so I wouldn't lose it when I pull everything together. So then you have this great big hole here. It's like, well, now what? Well, here's the solution to that. You cut a rectangular piece of paper that covers that hole. You're going to use that smile to go right on that paper, including the dot. And if you cut out one more piece of white cardstock, another smile, and put it behind here, it adds just enough dimension without adding a lot of bulk to your card. And you're going to put that dot back on there too. You can color those corners if you like. I did that with mine. Then you can take your silver washi tape or whatever you have as an accent to put along the bottom of your paper. I stamped and die cut this word here too. You can cut whatever you want. There's a lot of different sentiments in here. You can put it whatever you like. I trimmed it a little bit to tuck underneath those letters. And I didn't want it to go too far off the edge of the paper, so I moved things around too. Okay, so now when you look at the card, we've covered up that spot that was empty with that rectangular piece of white cardstock that we cut. The smile that we cut, stamped and cut from the watercolor paper is stacked here. I put the silver washi tape here, and I added that tiny little word tag here. So you can do a variety of different things, but I really like this technique. It's very easy to use. You can mix and match your colors. You can even use one color if you like. But this is one of those techniques that I like to use all the time. It creates a beautiful watercolor background that you don't have to be too fussy about. So I hope you learned a new technique today. I know I've used this technique many different times. Please join me and my fellow Altenew educators. Look at the Altenew blog post and their resources too for a chance to win some prizes and to learn more about what resources that Altenew has. And that way you can learn some more things and follow along with the other Altenew educators that are participating in this video hop and learn new techniques from them as well. So in closing, happy stamping, happy watercoloring, and I hope you're able to follow me on my blog and Instagram too. Thanks for joining me. See you soon. Bye.